When illness comes to a family, it often strikes suddenly. The normal household work is interrupted, and a new burden, taking care of the sick, is placed on the family members.
Put him to bed. He can go to the bathroom, but bed rest is important. And take his temperature every 4 hours, and these pills.
Care of the sick begins with a doctor's visit and his instructions.
I suppose Chuck and Betty will be next.
Not necessarily. If they haven't already been exposed, you just take the routine precautions. And let me know if he isn't over his fever by day after tomorrow, will you?
Thank you very much for coming, Doctor.
Not at all. I love you.
Yes, care begins with the doctor's instructions. They should be noted down, and plans should be made for carrying them out. The patient must be kept comfortable, and a place must be prepared to serve as the sick room. Which room? One close to the bathroom is preferable, and one that can be shut off from the rest of the home. How should the room be arranged? What furniture is important? The bed should be placed so that you can get to it easily from either side, and where light and air from the window will not disturb the patient. To make the room safer and easier to clean, store away articles that will not be used during illness. In just a few minutes, the sick room looks like this, pleasant and attractive, efficiently organized for nursing care. Materials are at hand for giving Bobby his medicine and for checking his temperature. There are paper handkerchiefs and a bag for disposing of them. The clothes Bobby will need are right at hand, too. Since Bobby is to be alone, his brother's clothes will have to be moved to a more convenient closet. Yes, there are many things to be done, extra things, even before the patient can be put to bed. And of course, while care of the sick is going on, the routine work of the household must be kept up. Let's see how one family works through this problem.
Well, that's done, at least. What time is it? Oh, just after 8, and dish is done. Not too much later than usual.
He just wanted a drink. Maybe he'll sleep a while now. Why don't you sit down, Martha? And, Chuck, are you with us?
Oh, sure, Dad.
We'd better plan ahead a little. We've got extra things to do, and if one of us gets a bit overtired, he might get sick, too. Then where will we be?
Now, I thought I'd take care of Bobby tonight. Let's see. He needs a pill at 11. Then, I can get up at 3 and sleep a little late in the morning.
We've been studying home nursing at school. I'll get up and take care of Bobby at 7. Now, Betty, do you think you should? We don't want you to catch anything.
I think we'd better share the extra jobs. If you do all the work, Martha, you'll be sick in bed next.
We can keep away from infection. These germs, which leave the body through the nose and mouth, enter the same way. If we keep away from Bobby's face, we'll be all right.
And we can wash our hands before and after going in the sick room and wear something to protect our clothes.
Chuck, do you know how to make a bed tray?
Sure, Betty. I think there's a box out back, just the right size.
Wasn't Florence coming over here tomorrow to study with you? Oh, yes. Well, maybe I can go to her house this time. I'll call her.
Well, let's read and relax for a few minutes and then go to bed early, huh?
There are many extra jobs for everyone in the family, but with cooperation and planning, they are done and done well.
Hi, Betty. Hello there. Awake already? Now stay under those covers.
Shall we see just what is involved in morning care for Bobby? Temperature first. It should be taken before the patient cools his mouth with water or warms it with hot food. Shake the mercury down below 95. Place the thermometer gently under the tongue to one side. Be sure the patient keeps his lips closed. While you wait for the thermometer to record the patient's temperature, you can take his pulse. Place 3 fingers gently at the base of the thumb. Here you can easily feel the pulse. The number of pulsations per minute is the pulse rate. Next, while you are still holding the patient's wrist, you may count his respiration. If Bobby has a fever, his breathing will be more rapid. You can ordinarily feel the rise and fall of the chest under your hand. Count 1 for each complete breath in and out. The number of complete breaths per minute is the respiration rate. Pulse and respiration are written down on a chart so the doctor can judge the patient's progress. Read the temperature when the patient has had the thermometer in his mouth for at least 5 minutes. Hold the thermometer between your thumb and forefinger. Turn it slowly. Look for the mercury column between the lines and the numbers, 100 and 4/10, or 100.4. Now, with a clear record of the temperature, it is medicine time. It's important to give the right medicine in the right amount at the right time. So read the directions on the medicine bottle each time you give medicine. Now a little water, and the pill is gone. Now is a good time to send the patient to the bathroom, if he has bathroom privileges. Be sure he's wrapped up warmly. While he's gone, you'll be able to attend to the bed. You'll want to put on fresh sheets if they're needed, or at least straighten and smooth the bed. The bottom sheet is pulled tight with envelope corners. At the foot of the bed, a pleat to allow toe room. The top sheet and covers are tucked in securely. There, the bed's all set and comfortable. But of course, with the patient out of the room, this isn't difficult. Let's suppose for a minute that Bobby has been ordered to stay in bed at all times. Now it is necessary to wash him in bed. The bed is raised so that it is easier for the home nurse to help her patient. Once Bobby is washed, his bed should be changed. This calls for a little special skill. The patient is gently moved to one side of the bed, and the old bottom sheet is carefully folded against him. The top sheet is used to keep the patient covered. Now, when a fresh sheet has been put in place on this side of the bed and folded down the middle, the patient is turned over so the job can continue on the other side. Have you noticed how carefully Betty has handled all the used bedding? to avoid all possible contact with those that might carry infection. Also, she protects herself by wearing a cover-all apron, which stays in the sick room at all times. Well, we've seen how to change a bed with the patient in it. Fortunately, though, Bobby can get up, and he can sit up for meals, resting against a backrest, made from a cardboard carton cut and folded into shape. How's that for comfort? Here's the patient. Another box makes a footrest to keep Bobby from sliding down off the backrest. And here's breakfast on a tray made from still another carton. The doctor's instructions regarding diet are carefully followed, but even this tray of liquid diet is attractively served to coddle a none too hearty appetite. One more thing. The thermometer must be washed with soap and cool water, and Betty's hands also will be washed. Well, with such fine home care, Bobby feels better within just a few days. But the transition from bed to normal activity should not be hurried. So now comes the job of keeping the patient occupied and entertained, but without too much exertion on his part. This job, too, takes family cooperation. Arts and crafts, reading, listening to the radio. These are some of the most suitable activities. Fortunately, Bobby's infection is no longer contagious, so he can have company, and the doctor has suggested a gradual return to normal diet. This tray of a soft diet, while it contains nothing that would require much chewing or that is hard to digest, is still certainly appetizing. As we said before, illness in the home means changing family routines, extra jobs for everyone. But apply the simple rules of home nursing and plan for family cooperation in carrying out the doctor's instructions. The results are well worthwhile.